Great to have you on Business Glide, your only point of call on matters public policy analysis, business and economics at large. I'm Richard Mwanjo, welcome on board. Yet again here to bring to your screens what is happening in Kenya's economic setup with none other than our own resident economist, Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, great to see you.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Fantastic, Prof. Now let's have a conversation about this proposal for transition from the national government, that is for state agencies to adopt e-procurement, electronic procurement.
Yes.
And the national government says this will help us cure the cancer of corruption in this country. From a general assessment, Prof, will it help us achieve that level of transparency and accountability we so desire as a nation in the first place?
So long as the thieves are still in town, that will not change anything. We introduced IFMIS, but didn't stop people from stealing. In fact, they have used it to steal a lot. So that cannot be there. That is a facilitator. It can make things work faster, more smoothly, and so on and so forth. But it will not stop theft.
It won't stop.
So long as the thieves are in town and they are in charge, how will it stop? Why hasn't IFMIS stopped?
National Treasury CS John Mudavadi argues that the government has so far spent 576 million Kenyan shillings just so to build up this e-procurement system in the first place. And to that end, they cannot go back on this order. Do you think the question should be about how much we've spent on the system or the effectiveness of the system?
First of all, the people who are opposed to this thing must be understood.
Council of Governors.
And first of all, MPs and so on. MPs are saying we are dealing with the law. If the law says it will be both manual and electronic, it must be so until you change the law. And you cannot change the law by a circular. That's a fact. So let's deal with the facts. That's not too difficult. We can't break the law in the guise of making things work. The Council of Governors are saying there are practical, technical challenges.
A defective system.
Yeah, including places without network and so on and so forth, including training, including how people learn how to use it. They need time. Those are things you must consider. Unless you have other motives behind you. So for governors is, are we prepared? Can we prepare ourselves? And those are not things you can ignore. Governors have a reason to be worried. IFMIS has really messed them.
IFMIS?
Yes. Sometimes this thing is not working. Then it works at night, midnight for a few people. Even tendering processes where they have been using IFMIS because IFMIS must be involved somewhere. So they are speaking from experience, the governors. But again, you and I know change is not easily embraced. So some of the opposition could just be because people are used to the old system. Not that there's anything wrong with the new system.
Just like they opposed Shah.
Yeah, and and many other things. Digital platform for media, you remember.
Sure.
When we are moving from analog to digital, I think people are looking back and wondering, what is it we were fighting? This is a good thing. So it's possible that people also just... So if you are to concentrate on the fact that people resist change for no good reason, then it is up to government to make sure there is buy-in from the people. Instead of shoving down the throats of people, instead of forcing, they must know people always resist change. So it is up to them to communicate properly. And the government does not have a communication wing. They have given people jobs with the title of communication, these assistant spokesman, those are just jobs, but they don't have the department. So the government needed to have a department that deals with matters like this, to inform Kenyans, to take people through for their buying, so that people can understand we are going to improve the procurement system by embracing this new system. Yeah.
Talking about the government communicating effectively when it comes to the e-procurement directive, from the side of President William Ruto, he has had reservations about this transition plan. And he's even made directives that if you're a public official and you're not okay with this e-procurement transition, then quit public service. It means you just want to engage in corruption. That coming from the president itself, has it come at the right time?
No. You don't force things. You don't give directives. Directives stopped working a long time ago. The moment you find yourself giving directives, you know there's something wrong somewhere. Make people understand something. I've told you, people resist the change. If you know that, you can't force people. You can't give directives. You know that people, human beings, always resist the change. Make them understand why you are bringing a new thing. Not give directives. Well, the moment you give directives, there will be sabotage. The system won't work well. Yeah. When things fail, as indeed machines fail, systems fail, instead of people understanding, they say, you see, we told you. You don't know that. You make people understand the thing. Let them travel with you wherever you are going. Because it's a good thing. What's wrong with the e-procurement? It's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Don't talk.
There's nothing wrong with the e-procurement. So, but when you force it, give it as a directive, take it or leave the job, that approach stopped working many years ago. It can't work. It has never worked anywhere. It won't work. You employ people, Mr. President, employ people and they are there. I've taught many people, I know they are there. And I meet them in the streets who can sell this idea to Kenya and they will understand it.
With the clarity that is needed.
Form teams to move across counties. Train procurement department people. Have meetings with the contractors, suppliers. Every county has what you call pre-qualified suppliers. Squarely in the procurement. Call them for a meeting. Let these teams move across the country talking to them. Telling them, well, we know where you are in Lodwar. Network issues could come. For you, we shall treat you in this manner, in this manner. Okay? All of you can access internet through the DC's office. Or a certain facility. Or we shall enable you in this and this manner. That's how you do it. You don't force people.
You don't force people?
No, you don't.
Moving on swiftly, Prof. There has been an argument from the Council of Governors, and they argue that there is a devolved unit of government and there is the national government. Both of them are enshrined in the 2010 Constitution.
Yes.
And as such, there is need for us to grant our counties the free hand to apply themselves, even when it comes to their reservations of the e-procurement.
Yes.
Should our now concern be about really living to that spirit of the Constitution, giving each arm a free hand to apply themselves?
These are two levels of government, independent and interdependent. They must be given space to breathe the way the Constitution dictates. A national county government is not a small government. It's not a child of the national government, no. Those things they must do, let them do themselves. And there are roles government plays, and government should continue playing those roles in terms of policy. If e-procurement is a policy, is a national policy, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The county governments must toe the line.
Prof, you've gone on record on this particular program and talked about, yes, we are talking about devolved units of government, but oftentimes we should also look into devolved corruption. That is what we're witnessing after the 2010 Constitution. Yes. So then again, you've always argued that the bedrock of this corruption in our counties stems from procurement malpractices.
Yes.
Going forth, do you think there's a way we can tame this corruption beyond just the e-procurement system itself?
You need to dismantle them. The president is doing a good job trying to say we should have e-procurement. Manyora is telling the president that will not work. Dismantle procurement. Dismantle all of it. There should be no procurement.
How then do you procure?
You buy. And I've demonstrated, and I can demonstrate to you.
Sure.
I wake up one day, I go to my office at the university. I find somebody has broken into my office. He has carried the computer and maybe one other thing. I report this, the security people come, so it is established, yes, there's breach and something has happened. But what we are now dealing with is we need to replace the lock to my office. So I fill in what the university is called M1. I think it's maintenance 1 or whatever it's called. Now, after filling in that form of M1 at the maintenance department, they begin the process of procurement. I'll be lucky if I get this lock. Imagine, it's an emergency now. I'll be lucky if I get the lock replaced within a month. Very lucky. Extremely
lucky.
But do you know how much the lock will cost? Perhaps 60,000 shillings.
A single unit?
Yes. Oh, let me be fair. Let me say 25,000 shillings. But do you know how much you can get at a very good lock? Better than the one they will have brought?
Tell me.
Maybe 2,000 or 3,000. So what I'm saying is, let's have a system of buying that lock without going through the nonsense of procurement, and then we get it at 10 times the cost. Let me give you another example.
Sure.
And I've given this example many times. Let's assume your office as an officer, you are a departmental head. Your office should get a TV. That is approved. Okay? Then you go through procurement for the television. After a long time, they buy a TV for your office. The TV costs 360,000 shillings. Then you take a walk to town, to the dealers, so that it's not that, oh, you bought River Road or Luduri Avenue, Apana. If it is Sony, you go to Sony Center. You find the same TV is 80,000. But the documents show it was bought at 360,000. This is what we are going through as a country. You don't cure that by e-procurement. You dismantle the entire procurement system, and they say that the departmental head should go ahead and buy a TV. With a rider that you can only buy the vehicle from Toyota Kenya, CMC Motors, those approved dealers. You buy a TV from Sony, from JVC, approved dealers. Now, here is the catch for anybody, you or the dealers. You go, we say your office is qualified to get a vehicle, a Toyota Land Cruiser of a certain type. That has been approved. So instead of going through the procurement, then the vehicle is going to cost 50 million and it is 18 million in Toyota Kenya. You go and buy it at 18 million. Now, in the system, inbuilt in the system, as we are paying for it, if you are buying a unit from Toyota Kenya and the moment you log in, you want to buy it, we know how much Toyota Kenya is selling that thing. Because those units came from outside, we know the taxes they paid. And they have been selling other units, we know the cost because there are taxes also. When you sell a car, there are taxes. Sure. So the system knows that these were 20 units that Toyota Kenya brought in of this particular type of vehicle, of these specifications. It has ranged between 17 million because there are discounts and other things. Because some people buy, they are not paying cash, so maybe you slightly more. So there were 20 units. So far, they have sold 10. And the average cost has been 18 million. 17, 18, 19, 20, those who are not paying cash. Why are you now buying it for government at 40 million? Red, check it goes red. It's not bought. It refuses. And the dealer is blacklisted. He's blacklisted.
There and then.
Yeah, he's blacklisted. So that government will never buy anything from Toyota Kenya. You don't need these procurement people. You just create a system. Once we approve that your office deserves a TV, you buy any of the approved types of TV from the dealers. Should the dealer now see you are a government and try to sell it to you at 200, at 200,000 instead of maximum 100? The system just refuses. And he's blacklisted. You don't need a procurement system.
That's how you slay.
I should just go and buy the lock and put on my house. Because there are ranges. If you are buying property, for example, sure, we want to buy a property for the speaker. Remember the story of the Chief Justice house? We have zoned Nairobi. And this is what other people do. We know a townhouse in Ikitisuru ranges from 70 million to 90 million. We zone the country. We know if you are buying a house on 1 acre piece of land, a certain type of house, an average price will be this. We tell you if you are buying for the Speaker of the National Assembly, go and buy. We don't need procurement. It must be within the range. True. Is that too difficult for Kenyans to do?
That's the big thinking.
Yeah, that's the thinking. It's not even big thinking. Big thinking will come later. I'm just talking about thinking. We don't think. And we talk of Singapore.
Yeah.
You don't need a procurement boy or a girl to buy a lock at 30,000 when the lock is 2,000. You don't need people to buy a Toyota that costs maximum 20 million at 60 million. At its procurement.
Face masks. You know.
Look at all procurement people. They are stinking rich. They own everything in this town. We dismantle it, all of it, and create a system which we use to buy government services, procure government services and goods and the tendering. We create a system. This is the 21st century where people use brains, where people use systems. You don't use system. A digital procurement, no, you dismantle the entire procurement system and let authorized officers purchase. They used to do that long time ago.
Well, there you have it from Professor Herman Manyora talking about the need for us to inculcate big thinking into the fight against corruption in this country. Time now for a fan of the week. It is none other than Sylvia Adema, working with the county government of Nairobi.
County government of Nairobi.
Yes.
Sylvia Adema.
Sure.
Adema must be a lawyer.
Yeah, sure.
Mulembe Adema. And thank you for being part of this show. Thank you.
You should share this wisdom with Sakaja and other county officials.
Yes. Look, even the counties, the procurement is in a mess. Every county. Ni ukora yote. Just create a system where authorized officers buy what they need to buy without going to anybody called a procurement person.
And Marsabit will look better after that.
You don't need a procurement department or a procurement officer. No.
There you have it. Until you get to do this again on Business Glide, enjoy the rest of your viewing. Up next on your screen is the Business Glide African proverb of the day.